All right, last time I did one of these, 1,000,000 views. So if you enjoyed it, I got a little compilation of the best things I've done in March. This is some of the best early spring fishing I could find and gather up. Late winter, early spring. So enjoy. More stuff headed your way. This morning we're going to do a little live bait fishing. See what we can catch. I'm going to throw some tiny jigs to catch some bait. And then we're going to throw the baits on hooks. See what we can pull out of the mangroves. This tiny little jig. I'm going to put a piece of night crawler on there for some scent. Okay. Got him. Perfect. Perfect. That's the bait we're chasing down. More than the catfish. That's called a cichlid or chicklid. Gotcha. Cichlids. This is what we need for bait here. Just right here. 7/0 owner hook. I'm gonna set the hook instantly on anything. I'm kind of sloppy. I don't like circle hooks with big baits, especially in a creek environment. I've got about 4 or 5 feet of 40-pound leader. That's a Pinfish 2500. I have 40-pound braid on here. That's what I kind of spooled up for Goliath too. I just like fishing with a small reel. I have a hard time, you know, you don't need insane line capacity on the kayak. That means there's a huge one there, isn't there? Ooh, I want nothing to do with you, Mr. Gator. Got him. Oh my God. Oh, no, no, no. You ain't doing that. No, you're not. That's a giant fish there. The giant. No. Oh, you're not. No. You can't go there. You can't go there. You have to go out. That's where I want you. That's where I want you. That's where I want you. Okay. Now what do? Now we start backing up here. And we're good. I think we got him. Now I can back off on the drag a little. Awesome. What a fight. What a fish. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nice snook, guys. I don't do much live bait fishing, but I'm happy with that one. My biggest snook for sure. That is my PB snook right there. Oh man, look at that tank. I got so lucky landing that thing. Whew. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. Right up in that tree, that live cichlid. Okay. That fight is so intense because you got to keep him out of those trees because he'll own you. I have maxed out a drag on there. Let's see if my leader is screwed too. And we survived. Oh, that's the guy. Gonna hook him again. That hard part of his nose right there. I'm so ecstatic I got a snook that size. Everglades snook, live cichlids. It's cool, isn't it? Yeah, and we survived, man. We're ready for another battle. All right, I think we can keep moving. I don't know if these spots hold multiples for me. I might have just, you know, caused so much commotion here. We're done. Could be done for a few. All right, I'm gonna live line another cichlid right now. I caught a bunch more. They're pretty much everywhere. There's like overhanging mangroves, so very abundant fish. Some of them get decent size. They fight pretty good. I bet they taste great. Saw other fish that I couldn't catch. I think they were tilapia. They looked real smart, and yeah, they didn't like to bite. That's for sure. So. All right, let's see if we can get another snook on this live cichlid. All right, the snooks seem to be concentrated around any point or anything distinct. That's it. We missed a couple. Brennan got a nice one. Saw that. I saw that. No, you don't. I got you. I got you out of there. Oh, no, you don't. I got you. Don't you try that me. Oh, perfect size bait for a big snook. You would never associate this for snook bait, but apparently that's what they eat in the Everglades. I mean, they got a plethora of invasive species to chow down on. And then next year we'll start trying artificial and get better on artificial with them. I've caught a few on artificial, but not many. Understand this fish a little bit better first. No better way to understand it than with experience. I mean, they'll eat those big cichlids too, but I feel like you're really increasing your odds of getting a bite with the little cichlid. Oh, yes, he went out. That's epic. Thank you. Oh, pull the hook on him. Oh, gotta pass this gator. Hopefully he's gonna go down and leave me alone though. One big snook. I'm waiting for this gator to cross the road there so I can go home. He's taking his sweet time. All right, we're headed in now. Got a lot of gators I gotta cross through. Check the video's description, everything we used. We did not catch many fish today. We didn't plan on catching many fish today. I didn't want to do like the small snook on jigs. I kind of wanted to go for a big one. And yeah, that worked out. Oh boy. Mr. Gator just surfaced right in front of me. Oh, come on, man. There he is up there. I'm sure you can see him. He's going that way. Oh, there he goes back down. Yeah, I want clearance. This canal's not that wide, so I'm like, it's taking me a long time to get home today. Maybe we could try that again in the future. Gotta keep my eyes out for these gators, man. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're doing a 5-species river challenge. We're looking for 5 species of fish that are available in coastal Carolina rivers. Hang on, let's see what we can do here today. This might be interesting. All right, I think crappie is going to be the first one we're going to try to knock off our list today. Right there is a 1/8 ounce Strike King Mr. Crappie jig head and a 2.5 inch paddle tail. And boy, what am I doing? Just slow cruising here, about 1 to 2 knots. I'm gonna try to find some life suspended here. The school looks like crappie. One looks like it followed it. You can see the lines coming off the school there. Got one. Serious video game fishing. Ooh, look at this slab dab here. It's gonna be the first. I'm going for the 5 species river slam, winter river slam here. And the first one's crappie dappy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, screw it. Swing him up. Wow, all right, that's my number 1. That crappie there. I think it might be that might be a pre-spawn fish, and a bunch still left on the screen for a minute there. Well, let's take a quick measurement. We're gonna put this fish back. I've got some fish at home right now, so I don't need to keep fish today, but I'm kind of just enjoying the moment. Okay, and if you want to keep track, it's a 14-inch crappie, so not bad. What a slab. Go make some big crappies for us. Oh, we did. Let's see what that is. Oh yeah, nice paper mouth there. Got ourselves another black crappie. These are a fun fish. They taste good. I got meat at home from a couple days ago, but can send them back. Let's enjoy another day. Okay, and oh man, we're loaded up. All right, we're gonna play around with these guys for a minute until time to make our next move. Oh, there he is. Doing pretty good on our first targeted species. Another nice crappie right there. Wow, that's a really good sized fish. Really slab dab. Let's put him back. This particular fish is not too complicated, but the thing you want to do is just want to kind of locate them in the water column, and I think I've located them about 15, 18 feet down. Kind of seems like the magic number, and the hardest part is guessing where your jig is in the water column, if you ask me. That to me is the hardest part. Got him. Oh, we got the second. We got the second for the slam. Oh yes. Can't go fishing without the bullhead. I think that's a bullhead, right? Run of the mill. Broke my line. Is that a flathead? I don't know I'm not that great at my catfish identification. We're looking for 5 species. This one counts. He ain't too big. He hit the same crappie jig. I had to be a little bit closer to the structure for this fish. And that's a catfish. Damn, where are you? By the peninsula still?
I'm over here by this little island in 38 feet of water, right about 20 yards from this island.
Oh, in the back there? I'm headed that way now. I got my little paddle tail in pink, bass assassin. Nice looking marks there for me. What? A little better one. Healthy fake striper right there. Really pulled it away from them for a second. Hit it, took a crank up, and then he smacked it. It's fun though. These are fun fish, man. Some better size ones here too. Out here in that 40 range. Look at that white perch, man. Scrappy fighters. Related to stripers, but typically considered more of a nuisance fish. Got a lot of white perch action going. I think there's a little bit of a spawn going on with these fish even. You see bubbling up and just so tightly packed. Most of them are kind of small, but we've gotten, I don't know, 13 is probably as big as I've gotten. Unfortunately, I just had my camera off. Got a largemouth on a blade bait here. About 35 feet of water. This makes it for 4 species. Let's make sure we can get back on that mark again. Knocking it out. leaves us with the toughest, and that's going to be the striped bass. That is going to be the toughest fish to find right now. We really have two options. We can really stick with these jigs and work tight ledges and structures, where we could try trolling. Don't know what's going to be the better move here. I think we're going to stick with the jigs for a little bit, maybe bust out the troll. I feel like I got a shot jigging one. I also feel like if you take a crank up, I think you might be a little less likely to be fishing on the white perch. Not sure. Good fish. And that's the one we wanted. Yep. Might be what we're after, guys. It was right near those white perch. So, but we're gonna find out. Could be something else. We're still down a number. Well, never complain about that, right? How's that for a largemouth, huh? Edge of well, he's a 22, so not too big. People shit on me for guessing weights of fish, so at least green bass. So I'll leave you all to it. Seems like 30 feet is definitely I guess you could say that's the zone, right? 35 is definitely producing right now. White perch, right? Stick, must be the stick fish. There we go. PB stick right there. The old stick fish. All right, let's get back on that side scan. Down, seems like I really can pick out fish very well with this down scan feature. Deeper trees. Yeah, definitely a lot of stuff comes up very nicely. All right. I think we should mark this spot, huh? Oh, I lost him. I don't think it was very big, but I did have a fish on there, huh? That's nice. It's no perch, right? Ooh, that's no perch. There's no way that one's a perch. Yeah, just take it easy. These hooks are not the best. Blade bait hooks are okay, right? Nice way to get back into the swing of the way I fish, right? Still a chance it could be something strange like a catfish, a carp. Feels very heavy, and I know I don't have great hooks on them. And I am like So into blade bait fishing, guys. There it is. One striper there, and the other one. One striper following it. That was cool. It's cool to have a follower like that, huh? Guess we have still got to land them, but I think we got the slam there, more or less. So the key there, honestly, was to take an extra crank off the bottom to get me out of that white perch zone. White perch were relentless. How's that one? One of my better North Carolina striped bass right there, and that'll complete the slam, the 5 species river slam. So picked them off that ledge there. Probably about 32 inches, 33. It's a good fish, man. Really nice one. Love a blade bait, man. Stock up. Make a lot of different blade baits, but the Sebile ones are solid. And main thing we just did there is, you saw me beating on white perch. Boom, boom, boom. Had to bring it up a little bit, just a little bit. All right, I think we got another couple stripers right there on this ledge. They're holding to 30 feet. Or it could be a perch. Been on the drop, so perch is likely. Largemouth. Ah. Man, this is fun. Just pull up and some fun ledge fishing today. I think we got to retire this this hook. He opened it up pretty hard. Gosh, that's awesome. What a nice, cool tidal mixed bag we got going on right here, right now. Decent largemouth, huh? Didn't even hit the bottom with that one. All right, well, it's a beautiful day out here, Lake Atlantic right now. Sure, things will turn as usual. I haven't ocean fished in about a month with the kayak, so kind of excited to see what might be out here. I know fishing's not gonna be great, but it's nice to be back out on the ocean finally. Stay tuned to the end of the video. We're gonna do a little giveaway of bottom sweeper jigs. Pretty easy, but I'm gonna give away 5 of those. So let's hit. First spot we're gonna hit is a big wreck, popular wreck, and we'll see what happens. All right, these are mud crabs. They're kind of nasty fellas. See, these mud crabs, they'll be anywhere there's rocks. Easiest way to identify the difference between stone crabs and mud crabs, color of the claws are totally different. Stone crabs have bands on them. So to prep these guys for bait, I like to take off their claws for sure, right? Since I'm gonna leave them on my deck, I'm gonna take their legs off too. Just make it easier, they don't crawl away on me. And the last thing I like to do, I guess this is optional, I like to crack the corner of the shell, something like that, get a little scent in the water. This way fish can smell it. Generally in the clear water it's not always necessary, but since we're going to be getting the bite started and it's the middle of winter, this might be a key. All right, there's a big popular wreck over here. I'm going to start on the edge of it, which is this little mark. How long am I going to give this spot? I figure about 30 minutes. I don't have enough fingers to tell you 30 minutes, but usually about 30 minutes tops. Depends on what kind of fish we're catching. I might only give it 15 minutes if I really, with good quality bait, I figure 10-15 minutes I don't catch anything that's worthy, or in my opinion worthy, I'll probably move. First hit here that doesn't suck, but unfortunately I think that's a toadfish. Oh, maybe it is. Big toad probably. Maybe not. That's no toadfish. Good. I think we, yeah, like I said, I think we got our first hit that doesn't suck. It's always important. Oh, I lost him. Damn it. Oh, I don't know what that was. Short sea bass, my guess. We'll find out right now. Oh, puppy drum. Puppy drum. Well, that's kind of, I wouldn't say too surprising, but that's a Keeper black drum. Seen a little couple bite marks here. He's been beat up. We don't catch too many of them this time of year out here, but yeah, good fish to eat, especially this size. When they come off the ocean, they're clean, no worms, pretty good. All right, we're on the board. One fish landed, one fish dropped. Might be a big school, these guys down here. That's very possible. Let's see what this fish is. Inshore special, baby. Travels 2 miles off the beach to catch the fish that you catch inshore in the summer. See, in the summertime, you come off the beach, you catch much bigger ones than this. In the winter, typically the bigger fish push further offshore, and the stuff that's kind of, you know, local, inshore, stays on the local stuff. So basically, you're going inshore fish quality for this time of year, but whatever, I'm cool with that. We're on a good start of fish right off the bat. Just like these bottom sweeper jigs a lot for the reason fish on structure like this, it's really nasty, easy to get snagged on. But the way that jig just kind of like it's like a really finagle it through this area properly. And so we're gonna put those guys in the cooler in a second. Oh yeah, it's a bigger crab. I'm surprised all the fish decided to run with it. Our ocean sheep's head. You want sheep's head?
No, I'm good.
All right. Yeah. Some of them you blow them out. This one looks like he's going to survive just fine. I like him a little bit bigger than that. Not too bad of a start. We're on 2 sheep's head and 1 black drum. 1 mystery fish lost. So we're going to keep working this same spot. I think there's no reason to move, especially in the winter. Find a couple decent fish. You stick with it until it dries up. All right, as soon as that ship comes on my screen, I'll just drop right there. Typically, I don't want to be dropping right on top of the ship, hoping that my jig should be just rolling right back at me off of it. Oh, he hit it hard. You saw that double tap? He wanted it. I'm going with Tog on this one. Bigger fish, either way. That was a double tap there. Man, another black drum, huh? Surprising stuff for this time of year. Drum like that. Blew him out. All right, we'll keep him. Oof. Let's see what this is. Ooh, little pulley. Nicer fish, I think. This is Tautog. Oh, it's a crab slam, right? Not a big one, but it's I don't know, probably 15, 16. Got the slam. Tautog. So you see, these fish are a tautog. Very common up north. North Carolina's got some. They're hard to target because of all the other fish mixed in, like fat and redfish and black sea bass. So even though the tog wasn't that much bigger than a lot of these other fish, it ended up pulling the hardest because it's probably most acclimated to these water temperatures. Good fish. Stay on there. He's on there. Let's see what this is. Another tog, maybe? Black drum. Bigger sheep's head. Oh, that's the one we want. That's the real sheep's head right there. Got a real sheep's head here. Oh yeah. Look at his teeth. He's all gnarly. Oh, look at that mouth. Those chompers will get you. All right, it's a nice one. Happy with that sheep's head this time of year. And drop off some fish to Aaron right now.
What's up?
Morning.
Yeah, we're just checking see if had your flares on you.
I overheard. I got VHF. I got everything, but flares. You want us to start carrying flares if we're coming out here?
Say again?
You want us to carry flares if we're headed out here?
Yeah, it's at the 3-mile marker. That's the requirement there.
Okay, that's not going to be a problem. I'll start carrying them. I got everything else in order, but what's that?
Are you heading back closer to shore?
I mean, we'll be headed back to the jetty in probably a couple hours. Is that okay?
No.
This is like 2.5 miles. Is that okay?
No, you're at 3.1 right now.
Okay. Can I fish those wrecks that are like 2.5? Is that okay? Because there's a couple wrecks that are 2.5.
You gotta get closer. Like you're flirting with 3 miles, and I'm like trying to be nice right now and help you out.
Yeah, no, I understand. But is it okay? There's like some 2-mile stuff over there. Is that okay if I fish that right there?
No, you need to get closer to shore.
Okay. All right. I understand. Well, it was a good start to the day. Best advice is if you fish, you know, in the kayak kind of regularly, 2 miles, just carry those flares. That area I was fishing, if I look on the charts, sure, it says it's below the 3-mile line, but at the same time, yeah, I'm pretty darn close. So, and also they might not use the same charts I use. I use Navionics. I'm sure the Coast Guard and government uses their own. So yeah, just pack some flares. Wish I had more time to fish today. It looked like it was going to be an awesome day. Now I know, pack some flares. I've been out kayak fishing for 10 years. You know, flag, noise-making device like a whistle, air horn. Those are kind of the things that are pretty much PFD. I don't think a VHF radio is mandatory, and I don't think a dry suit is mandatory, but those are kind of the things we wear. But now I know if I'm out in that zone, flares rather, I guess I'll put them in a dry bag or something and tape them to the hull. Not the worst thing to happen. So to enter the giveaway for the bottom sweepers, just got to be subscribed. Tell me what fish you would target, and I'll draw a winner in about 5 days. So probably the next video after this. So man, that started off as a good day of fishing for March. 55-degree water. I only fished for about an hour, I would say. It's a good little quick haul. I think with a little more time, would have probably beat on them pretty good. So we're gonna pack it in right now. Caught a couple of fish. I'm fishing near the beach now, no good. So, you know, gonna cut our losses, make our adjustments, and hopefully get back out there in a week or two and see what's up. All right, I'm fishing a brand new beach today. Weather system fizzled out. The seas are pretty flat. It's supposed to be 3 foot plus. So I'm taking advantage, kind of on a whim. Had some surf stuff rigged up. I've got some fresh shrimp. Right now I'm on the last hour of the incoming tide, and we're still in transition mode for sure. So I'm gonna put a couple baits in the first bar here, sorry, in the first slough, and maybe I'll put a couple baits on the bar since we're on the high water. I hope we get a decent action that's not a flat fish that's gonna sting me. So, sorry, stab me. It's not gonna sting me. It's gonna go right into me. So let's get started here. All right, simple stuff, right? I keep this beach stuff simple. Got some super fresh shrimp in our cooler over there. Beach fishing this time of year is perfect for meat fish because there's not much I want to keep inshore. Drum, I don't keep too much from inshore. Speckled trout, same deal. I prefer the whiting and the pompano to eat. So first bait's gonna go pretty far out around the bar, and then we'll start playing with from there. That's some cold water, man. I feel it. I felt that. First bite. Let's walk that camera down, see what it is. Try to put a shrimp in the slough, and the current was a little too strong, so I got to go to all Sputnik lakes, I think. feels like a whiting. Could be a stingray. Oh! Yes! What? 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 He was covered in a pile of grass. I was talking myself out of this. Sweet. Pompano, man. Pompano to start off the trip. My first bite, he had that little float rig there. And that guy was on the actual sandbar. Sweet, man. Sweet. Picked up a nice pile of grass with this pompano, so I kind of psyched myself into thinking it was the guy who stabbed me last week. But first bite, that can't beat that. Not for March, at least. All right, let's get this guy on ice. Keep fishing. Got him. Let's see what he is. Drag him over that bar. Swimming at me, whatever he is. Bluefish, another pompano. My boy. Second bite there. Picking up a lot of grass, so I got to really check on my setup. So I'm probably only going to fish 2 or 3 tops, but that one was not in the water for very long. So second bite. Good start to impromptu fishing trip, man. This guy's probably covered in grass then, so gonna probably check on these pretty quickly. This is a situation of don't fall asleep on the rods because they're all getting covered in grass pretty quickly. So, all right. Let's get some new bait on there. I mean, there is a slew here. I'll try another bait in it. I didn't get bit out there. I'm getting bit on the bar for the most part. Yeah, this thing's just clumped up in weeds, so let's just check on it. Fish with these light rods. Every fish looks gigantic with these light rods. Let's see what we got here. They're not getting covered in grass. They got a fish on them pretty much off the bat. So, we'll see. It's a lot better than pulling up stingray after stingray, I'll tell you that. Good one, man. Nice size whiting there. All right, this might be the tale of 2 fishing rods today. More is not always better, but that makes it for 2 whiting and 1 pompano on a spring day. I have to cast pretty far as opposed to last video you saw me, I was casting in real close. Today it's a totally different scenario, so I have to make a couple of slight changes, but that's a good size one of these guys. Every day last week has been some rain. March is just the month of southwest winds and transition and into most of April. The good thing is, unless it's really blowing, it's probably going to be pretty fishable on the beach. And why deal with the stress of trying to, you know, dodge thunderstorms? That rod's not getting bit. That got the pompano. This guy got bit pretty much immediately. Oh, he's on there, yeah. Black drum, huh? It's a keeper. Definitely a keeper, black drum. But you know what, I'm gonna put them back because I got enough room in that cooler there. But yeah, that's at 14 or 15, somewhere around there. Let's get them out of here though. Got 2 whiting and a pompano in the cooler already. I'm good. See you, buddy. I've got enough meat in the cooler, maybe if I get another pompano or 2. I only brought my little cooler with me. I'm a little too lazy to walk back to the car. So let me reel this up. For some reason this guy's not getting bit anymore. Picked up the first pompano. And ever since then it's been kind of quiet on this rod. Okay, that's a number 2 owner octopus hook. Just hooking my fresh shrimp right through there like that. It's so simple. It catches fish. And catches some great tasting fish. And every now and then it catches a big fish that you wouldn't expect to catch on a shrimp. That's how it goes, man. This trough looks great. But I didn't get any bites on it. Getting it all in that white water up here. Oh, got a bite here. There it is. That's a good one. Back in the magic spot there. I don't know what it is about that particular spot, but it's got fish in it pretty consistently. One of these jokers right here. Woo, that's a good one. Yeah, boy. Well, I got 2 hooks in him. Suspicious. That's suspicious behavior. All right, pal. It's a good one. It's your lucky day. You get to go back, though. I think he knows how to get there. This right here is a 2-ounce Sputnik weight. I'd probably need 4 or 5 ounces to hold right now after last night's storm. So using these little weights lets me see the little bites. I feel like you hook a little more fish fishing with the lighter rods. You know, if you're fishing for small fish like me. These rods are 9'6", so they cast fairly well. But as soon as you get on that bar, you really want to try to hold versus tumble around. And there's a lot of grass on the bar too, so both of those things are kind of, you know, make it difficult. So let me put some new fresh shrimp on here and we'll send it back out there. I put that far rod, there's a nice little slough right on the beach, losing the tide quickly. it's not getting any bites. I'm guessing that slough is about waist deep water, but no bites in the slough. Everything's on the bar in the shallows. That southwest wind's starting to kick now too, but I've only been fishing for an hour, and that's pretty good so far. So let's see if we can get a couple more fish before conditions potentially completely deteriorate here. Yeah, and this is right here, I got myself, I don't know, one of these, you know, pretty convenient Titan coolers. They're enough for a few panfish, so I've got one pompano and 2 good sized whiting in there for dinner, and my bait shrimp in here. They're super fresh and the water's still cold, so it's not too hard. I fish the heads too. You can just kind of cut down the heads a little bit like that. Is he on there? He might be. He's playing possum if he is. Yeah, he's on there. I got another fish here. Let's see what we're dealing with here, guys. Come with me. So this rod's a Daiwa DXS 9'6". They don't make this anymore, but like the TFO rods, there's quite a few similar rods to this. This guy right here is a puffer fish. He's plenty fine to eat, but I've got whiting and I've got pompano. So those guys are coming home. I've got a thunderstorm on my back. That right there, it's a nice size whiting right there. Gonna keep this one. That's gonna be the last one I'm keeping for the day. Maybe if I get one more pompano, I'll keep that guy. Let's see if we can get a couple more before this weather hits. Call that the 1 dozen shrimp challenge. It's not too bad. But I only came down here with a dozen shrimp, so that's not too bad. I've had maybe 1 junk fish bite so far. See, this is what you're getting out there. It's getting on your hooks, getting on your sinkers. Grass. See, that's a common mistake you can make when you go fishing, especially with bait, especially in the springtime. That's when there's the most amount of that grass is around. You don't check on your, watch your rod tip enough to see if you got that junk on it. It's one of the problems with the heavier rod I've got right now. I really can't tell how bad it is. With the lighter rods, I can pretty much immediately tell if I've got junk on it. One here. Got a bite on that rod. Yeah, we got one. Check it out. Now this rod's getting bit. No skates, so I'm happy about that. See, I'm using a Penn Clash. Although it's not the most robust Penn spinning reel, I feel like of all the Penn reels, it absolutely casts the furthest. Like, I've got some battles and slammers at home. I think the Clash really gets the baits out the furthest with the most amount of ease. And with this, 20-pound suffix, it's nice to fish with, man. Another Another nice one. Every bite on this rod has been on the one with the float. Well, I had the double header, so, but one for the float. I'm gonna put this guy back. I've got more than enough to eat. Happy with that. I prefer a smaller float. I think as you get to those bigger, large, you know, about a quarter size floats, they start to really grab a lot of wind when you cast. I also do put a stopper on the float for these rigs. This is a number 2 owner Mutu circle hook. This rig consists of about 14 inches of leader to a dropper loop with a swivel, about 2 feet to another dropper loop which has this Sputnik weight, and another 18 inches or so to my next piece of shrimp. Not frozen shrimp, this is fresh shrimp. Let's get this bait back out there. All right, whoa, good fish, guys. It's a good one. This is something I gotta try to get over this bar. These Mutu hooks aren't that strong. I gotta take it easy on them. I think I got him over the bar. It's half the battle. Gotta be a stingray. I think that's a small southern ray. I know he's got a stinger on him. We don't want that. That thing looks pretty vicious if you ask me. So, almost popped out on me. I do know we gotta watch out for that barb. All right, well, that's the end of my dozen shrimp. That was a pretty good action-packed afternoon. It's raining on me a little bit, but I think all that thunderstorm stuff kind of fizzled out. Get it. So. You might not be thinking about winter fishing a whole lot where you're at. And, well, it's gonna have its last gasp any day now, but I've got a day with many goals planned. Do want to try to catch quite a few different types of fish if I can pull it off. So let's see what we can do. Okay, water's 51. A little better than I thought. What we're gonna start doing, just gonna fish this little bay. Up in here, we're probably gonna find more freshwater fish than anything. White perch, maybe some crappies. A little bit of luck, we'll get some crappies. But we're not gonna hold our breath. But what we're gonna do is, yeah, probably jig bottom a little bit, stuff like that. After an hour or two, tops, I would love to push out to more brackish stuff where we might see some other types of fish too. I threaded that on terribly wrong. Maybe we'll be able to see some red drum and trout and some saltwater fish too. So Gonna start with this little 3-inch gulp minnow. Let's see what we can find in here. If we catch some white perch we could use for bait, that'll be nice too, but let's drop it down to the bottom. Blind now, let's look for some life on our sonar, I think. Ooh, we got something down there. Had a bite the minute I got down there. There we go. Okay, good start, good start. Who's in 46 feet? Should be a white perch, but you never know. Yeah, nice perch. Decent sized perch right there. She's looks like she's about to burst with eggs, so why don't you do your thing? Where I'm fishing, they're native, so this isn't like me releasing a fish that is doing a lot of damage. This water's a little warmer than I thought it was going to be. 54 is what we're settling at. Let's see what we got. A nice sized fish. Oh, okay, you're coming for dinner. Sorry, a couple got to come home. This is a nice sized one. Yeah, white perch, white perch, white perch. Keep them. Yeah, nothing wrong with keeping these guys. Let that first one go, because well, this one's probably spawning too. I can't tell if it's a male or female. I'm just not that wonderful at it. My fish IDs, but I also do want to keep fish that are worth a knife. This one's about 12 and a half, just under 13. Nothing like some panfish, man. Just cruising here. We got some fish here. This isn't the St. Croix 6-foot. This isn't quite an ultralight, but ultra fun. Got plenty more dad jokes for y'all. Another chunky, nice one there. I think I'll keep 2 white perch. Might be all I need. We got here, sir. Another one about 12 and a half. White perch are related to stripers. The next area I'm gonna push out into is a little bit more open than this, so that wind's gonna get me, and it's gonna be hard to fish. I can get some smaller white perch for cut bait too. It's very different than the Florida Keys. My hands they're feeling it, man. Ooh. Ooh, this guy's been beat up. Something happened to him. He's got some scars on him. Hope that's not a disease. Alright, got ourselves a few white perch for bait. I think that's all I need for the table. So, my hands are cold. It's cold out here. Alright, let me just poke around quickly, and then I'm going to connect the cable here and probably make a little bit of a run. Some tight canals, maybe I could find some panfish, and then I'm gonna start looking for the stripers, other stuff too. Speckled trout, red drum. We'll see how this afternoon progresses. It's pretty windy out now, so I'd like it to lay down a little more. These things seem to work really well. These are the 3-inch gulp minnows. These things are always good. And little 3-inch gulp paddle shads. I put on a gulp curly tail. No, not much like love on the curly tail. So used to that warmer stuff in the Florida Keys pretty quickly, you know. So when you pop back into a different environment, whew, it hits you right away. Yeah, no thanks. Let's keep going. This ain't for me. Not right now. Whew, feels better now. I did not like that experience right there. Just not gonna lie, I'm a softie when it comes to the cold, man. You do. Uh-oh, doesn't want to go down. We can keep him. Gotta bring him up a little slower then. There he goes. Perch bites vicious. It's a slob right there, man. Whoa. I mean, there ain't too much that duplicates this feeling like being a kid again, quite like these little perch do. Switched up to this Berkeley twitch tail. Lock and load with these guys, man. Got that guy there. Ready. Seems like the fish are biting pretty well, so we're limited on just perch here, I think, so. Probably gonna spawn. I don't know what temps they look for. They're eating this twitch tail pretty good too. Very soon I'll be able to feel my hands. Then we'll go. Right now I'm just kind of sitting on fish that are chowing on bait. Oh my gosh, I could barely feel my hands here. Yeah, there's a lot of fish here. No, I wasn't really recording there. Did get bumped on the drop. And I think we got something good. What kind of good? I don't know. This feels substantially larger than a white perch though. This could be a school of striped bass suspended. Oh, largemouth. It's a decent sized largemouth. Suspended fish. Yeah, look at that. Not bad. Not much of the largemouth fisherman, but I do like doing it in passing. power bait again. I think it's getting nice enough we can start poking around now. Not getting hit with wind in my face. Oh, there it is. Not as badly, rather. Got a couple of fish here. Ooh, gulp swimming mullet. Kicking it old school. Haven't used one of these in a very long time. Fat perch. Look at the size of that one. Biting pretty well. Mixed sizes. Most of them have been pretty decent, 12 inches or so. Got some mid-water column marks pretty consistently too, but I think it's largemouth bass and they are being kind of fickle. I don't know, this feels different. It's hard to tell. This one's swimming away from me, but wow. That is a monster white perch. Wow. Look at this thing. Gosh. Oh my gosh. She's about 14 and a half, almost 15 inches. Gosh. It's a really large white perch. I'm gonna let you go, man. I know you might be, I don't know what, I know the state records, this fish is definitely over 2 pounds. There's no question about it, that this is a 2 pound plus white perch. Whew. If you go away, she swam away, that's fine. It's a good start to my day, a 2 pound white perch. All right, I think it's time. What time is it? The sun's starting to come out. Things feel pretty nice out. But we did get our biggest white perch in a few years. 14 and a half, that's a monster. All right, perch bite seems to have died out. Just one largemouth bass in the mix. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start pushing out into a little saltier environment. Got about a 1.5 mile run, so let's get to it. Maybe we can find some crappies in the cypress trees too. Hook that up. I broke off my transducer. Getting dirtier. That looks fishy. It's like the first batch of cypress trees. I don't know. Would fish be here right now? Or are they still deep? No idea, kind of. And I put 2 pound, man, that thing flies. Ooh, yeah, oh, awesome. These aren't gar, because they're not rolling everywhere. Those gotta be like gizzard shad or something like that. All right, let's stop fooling around. We'll come back here. I do want to get to somewhere I think should be a little bit better. Pretty stained. I mean, it did blow 20 last night, so 20 to 30 for a few days even. So there's a lot of life out here. This could all be shad. Well, threw a small paddle tail for a minute. Did have a couple bites, but I don't know what they all were. Now we're settling in here. Settling in, rather. Marking fish. That's funny, when I was retrieving against that current there, these things wouldn't eat. Now I'm going with current. There they are. Striper? Yeah. They don't mind fresh water. Pretty feisty though. I don't know, if you've been watching for a while, you remember last year I caught like a mid 30-inch flathead on this paddle tail. That's what I'd love to do again. Might be a little early in the year for that. These fish have really good release rates in the colder months. The mortality is really low in the cold. I'm using a single, like a thin gauge hook too, so. There's one. Ooh. Got a few smaller bites last few casts. All right, let's keep moving. Got him. What? It's a flounder. You gotta be kidding me. Okay. All right, let's keep looking around. See, I don't want to chunk those white perch kind of in no man's land. I do kind of want to use them though. But I kind of want to get in the area where I just have a little confidence there's a lot of life, right? That's my feeling is life attracts life. Yeah, just in the mix with the gar, I guess. Unless I got the gar. Oh. Yeah, I'm doing something incorrect here. He ain't gonna be happy. Oh, thank goodness. Careful what you ask for, I guess. Man, I'm gonna give you the short version of it. I spent 3-4 hours leaving that panfish bite and chunking those white perch looking for a flathead or a blue cat. Didn't work out. Let me work my way back in though. There we go. These fish are acting so strange today. Couple stripers, man. That was tough. That was tough. Chunked a lot, and I didn't get anything on the chunk. Let's see what we can do tomorrow. Not too sure where, but marking a lot of fish. These are negative mood stripers. Maybe there's drum and trout here. Those big temperature swings are really hard. Doesn't matter the fish. Okay, I'm on the big pond today. Went out a few days ago. That video, water was already 54. I have 60-degree water already. It's just a week. Things have warmed up really fast. Some warm rains, warmer nights. All right, let me try to troll this little Mr. Crappie. See some birds working up there. These are all the small white perch I want right here. Tiny. Still cute. Tiny. Well, I got some bait on the surface here. We finally hooked something different? I think we might have. Figured, you know, with all this bait around, yeah, there you go. There's so much bait on this lake right now. That's a really nice white perch. Yeah, you're coming home. That's a really good one. So, I always consider fish over 13 inches to be really nice ones. In this place, it's got some 14s. Okay, that guy's about 13, a little over 13, so let's keep him. Almost look like hybrid striped bass, but yeah. Great size fish. It's an 1/8 ounce jig head. 2.5 inch Mr. Crappie. Average size fish there. All I know is what I don't do is set the hook. When you're into like a school of just that many fish, unless you really feel a strong thud, yeah, I don't set the hook. I would think there'd be like some roaming bass and crappie too, kind of feeding on this. I've never been here with birds working, so this is a new experience for me. Pretty much everywhere. I wonder if like largemouth get up on these schools of bait too, but as I'm getting out to the middle of the lake, it's warmer, it gets warmer and warmer. I'm reading 63 here. One. Tons of perch here. Nice one. It's not a bad one, but I don't need too many. Mostly white perch so far. Size has been okay. Not seeing too much life aside from the perch though. Doing a little better now. Average size ain't too bad. Sirens, striped bass, bridges, islands, container ships. Yeah, this definitely has a different feel these days to me. I grew up fishing this stuff and it's like different when you're, man, it's cool. I've been out here in a long time. Feels kind of cool and refreshing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't know, feels different. I think I'm seeing some life out here. I'm just gonna bomb a couple casts and then keep pushing west, I think. Do I want to troll is the question. I really don't, but I might end up trolling a little bit today. I'm gonna cut out to about 10-12 feet and then hook a right and a left, and should we troll is the question. All right. No, I think there's a couple fish here, man. I'm like marking some stuff. Yeah, there's definitely a few. Yeah, these are some fish in this zone here. Oh, missed him. All right. Got a bite. That's first striped bass. Third cast, maybe. I'm gonna keep a slot if I could get one. This might be a slot already. It's probably just shy. I don't think I want to. Sweet. Thanks, striper. Striped bass. I think most of these shallow fish aren't going to be too big, but I think I'm going to take fishing in peace versus running around with the Joe fleet. Yeah, gotcha. Thanks, dude. I think I might have a decent day here. They see me trolling. Okay, so these straight retrieve bites don't seem like they're getting really bit. Maybe I got a... Last bite was that jig and pop thing. Had a few bites on the fall. And these fish can get moody. Right, we know that. Usually aren't the most difficult fish, but they have their moments, right? That's that one. Oh, missed a real sluggish bite there. There we go. Oh, I got some birds working out here. These might be more aggressive fish. I kind of want to come back to these because this wind's supposed to kick up off the land later, and this can be my afternoon bite of just, you know, kind of goofing around with these fish. Just make a cast or two with this big buck. There we go. Use this reel like once for AJ's. It's a little overpowered, honestly, for the fish that are probably gonna bite this morning, but use it or lose it, right? I'm chucking some heavier jigs, so okay. Stepping up, right? Nice fish right there. Simple fishing. A couple fish blowing up out there, is that what I'm seeing? Oh, maybe not out there. Right in front of me. Nice fish too, huh? Yeah, that's a good one. This is an over slot. So this is the first time I've been fishing around these new slot regulations. I usually do release most of the fish, but hey, just be thankful for every fish that bites today. Nice. Kicking it old school. Seeing some fish in this tide line, I think. Could be wrong though. Some follows. They didn't look they're not very big when I'm getting follows from. Old zombie eye, huh? Where were you spending your winter? Where did you spend your winter to get that zombie eye? Not that many here, it seems like. You would think there'd be a lot of fish in this tide line. Might have a few fish here. Not too sure. They don't want to start trolling. Okay, been cruising around for about 30 minutes. Some south wind last night, so south wind blew warm water on the beach. Makes sense. Out there I was seeing 48, 49 degree water, and close to the beach, it's, yeah, 50 degrees plus. Stick with the easy fish. This warmer water is on the beach here, strange. Can't tell if this is a really good fish that didn't run yet, or it's just the usual stuff. Yeah, that's not bad. Let me just get my measuring board out, so a little later in the day I'll get an idea. I'm gonna keep a fish for sure, but I think one. Sometimes you forget visually what you're looking for. Slot limit's very tight on striped bass now. I mean, in one sense, I do like the right size to eat, and I do know that part. This thing is stupid in the way. Just using this for reference. Okay, that's an overslot. Okay, just so I know. That gives me an idea. Fish is about 32 inches. I have a chatterbait too. I'm gonna keep that over there. All right, let me find a good batch of fish somewhere here. I see like some disturbed water up ahead. I think that's a school of fish just like milling about. These fish seem pretty scattered. Oh, well, that was a good fish. Nice clean release there. I think I had two fish fighting over this thing, man. Sure looks like. Nice fish, man. Got you now. A lot of these fish are males, actually. Everyone's like always thinking they're all females. Females are usually a little different time frame sometimes. Oh, this current's really moving right now, actually. Just noticed how moving almost a mile an hour. Getting some wind now too. I don't know if these fish are gonna keep biting in this wind. We'll try it. Do seem in an off mood right now, if you ask me. I don't know if I should try jigging these fish or what. There's definitely a few around, but they're acting weird. Uh-oh. Oh no. I think I beat this rod up in the car. That's my guess. It's all right. It's very, very old. Not that old, but definitely pushing 5 years. Since I'm traveling, what I usually do is I get other rods in the car, and I don't leave them in the car, put them in the kayak. So, my lucky day, I guess. Granted, it's got a catfish set up on it, but I'll change that in a moment. Well, we'll get that fixed in a day or two. No big deal. Probably don't need to fish with something so overpowered for 30-inch stripers anyway. 4,000 wind power feels massive for these fish. At least on the kayak. The boat's different. Actually, I think I prefer the action of this Night Ranger. Hey, seems like there's a change of tide bite. There's a couple smaller fish for sure. This one's a keeper. Well, let's keep him. Wind's starting to kick up. I figure I might only have an hour or two left out here. Okay. So most of these fish are, I think their majority are Hudson River class in general. Okay. So there's always that shrinkage, right? We don't want to keep anything exactly 28, but 29 is perfect. Oh my gosh, is he actually over? Yeah, he's a little over. Change. Try something kind of goofy. These do seem to work pretty well by me. Chatterbait. What I use sometimes in dirty water for my local stripers. Maybe not. I think I overestimated them. That's also no good. I was kind of curious if the chatterbait was really a great answer to this. These fish sometimes get lockjaw and all that stuff. There you go. Swipe at the kayak. Yeah. So now, I wonder what changes that behavior. How it's all bottom bouncing. Hopping 3/4 of an ounce mostly. He's on there. Is he larger than I thought? He's just not doing much. This one looks like it's a slot, actually. Maybe it's not. It's gonna be, you know, I kind of figured getting a 28 to 31 inch fish wouldn't be that hard, but I don't think so either. I think that's another like 32. Wonder how many times these schools of fish have been beat up for that slot size fish. Oh man, we did it. Look at that. We got a 30-inch fish. No ifs, ands, or buts. 29.5. All right, this is perfect size to eat. I think those are fresh migratory signs. All right, let's keep this guy. Okie dokie. Now I'm gonna keep moving. Like out of touch, you know. Probably should have left these fish a long time ago. Part of me is not quite, you know, I guess in tune. Paddle tail has a lot of, like, it's, you know, common complaint I always get is it's really soft, but when you want that subtle 8-foot jigging presentation, you know, soft is good sometimes. You know, I remember over the years you get that frequent lockjaw bite of they wouldn't hit on the retrieve, they won't hit on the troll. These fish won't hit on the troll today at all. But you know, if you didn't have live bait or chunks or whatever you're trying to work with, sometimes this jigging bite is like one of the few ways they'll sometimes start to eat. And it's like not always that this works. It's funny. Might be it for the jigging bite too. Yeah, I was looking for a different patch of fish and got bit trolling. Don't want to be on top of these guys. It never makes sense to fish on top of somebody, in my opinion. But yeah, everyone can have their reasons. Sure, there's different classes of fish around, but yeah. Clearing up a little bit too, actually. Man, I love this thing. Still doesn't make trolling all that cool, in my opinion. I think that was a bunker or a bluefish right there. And this is how, it's kind of how it began. I'm not going to knock on them doing a little trolling right now, moving spot to spot. Trolling is really an excellent way to learn any fishery out there at the end of the day. You know, I get it, it might not be for you and it might not be for me, but yeah, average size fish is excellent. You know, I haven't done this in a few years, but I don't think I've had any sub, I mean, most of these fish are all 32, 34s. You know, which ain't a great thing if you're saying, oh, we need more schoolies, but these fish should spawn. That's a better class of fish to have around to spawn. And on top of that, you know, single hooks though, or at least really well. It's not like you really got to worry about killing those fish too much when the water's cold. No, not really. Only had one look like, you know, high 30-inch fish follow so far. So, might not be the right time of year for the real big ones. Well, they're around, and I'm kind of tempted to go look like really shallow, like 3 to 5 feet even. I don't know. Oh my gosh, these fish are on the bottom. It's very strange. I didn't move that shad at all. So weird. Strange behaviors. Striper acting more like a catfish. You could always bend the barbs on some of these jig heads that have the wire bait keepers. Like you can just take a pair of pliers and bend them so then they'll reinsert back into a different positioning. This way you get a little more prolonged use. You could like twist them, etc. I don't know, maybe this stuff makes a difference. It's the greatest placebo effect out there, this thing, because you're like, oh, I'm catching fish great now. Especially like if you just put it on and then you make a first cast, then you hook a fish, you're like, oh, it's because of the Procure. Might be able to find better conditions up on the beach so I could jig them. I'm gonna tell you one thing I really like about this too, is when I start getting really hot, because you're in this dry suit, like I'll take a break. Like I like to pedal a lot, but it's nice to take a little bit of a break and cool back off. You got to use this stuff as anecdotal stuff. Like, for the most part, stripers aren't doing well in many places. From what I understand, it's like New Brunswick's population's doing really well. And, you know, the Hudson class seems to be doing well to really well. From most people you ask around this area, sure there's some pockets of areas that don't have fish like they used to, but it sounds like everyone's like, wow, I'm catching more fish than I did years back. And I don't know, maybe we all became better anglers. Years back, this was a different fishery. Water was dirtier more often. There was a lot more snow melt back when I was a kid. So when you had a lot of that snow melt, I feel like this fishery was hard. And the other thing that changed a lot is the big bluefish would sometimes show up right about now even, some years. And like, I'm talking like huge schools of them. So like, when those bluefish used to show up back in the day, like all of this was impossible. Like, so I don't know, there's been a lot of changes. Like, but those are the two I can think of. Is the bluefish used to roar through somewhere second week of April some years, but usually it was like third week. It was pretty much 15 miles of bluefish if you were trying to fish with lures and not really getting into the right, like as a kid, if I came out here and did this, probably maybe this week I'd be okay, but like a lot of other times of the year I'd be catching 10-pound bluefish cast after cast and maybe one striped bass. Like that was what it was. So now it's different. With the lack of bluefish, maybe just easier to catch these stripers than it used to be. Maybe the stripers aren't getting pushed off anymore, like into their spawning grounds immediately. I don't know. It's hard to say. And like I said, less snow melt definitely changed these bites too. I mean, this doesn't look clean to you and me probably, but it used to be right. Plumes of coffee. Yeah, I won't talk too much about gear. People get annoyed. I won't even mention this because, you know, we live in the age of product selling. If you like the channel, there's a link in the video's description for more information about this. I feel like Mike's best rod for striper jigging is this Night Ranger though. I find the 2500s from Penn and the 3000s from most other brands to be the sweet spot in the reel category. So one of the things too is, oh my gosh, there's so many fish. Whoa. Switched to Southwest hard for a few days, and I think that blew a lot of the warmer water on the beach here and not out in the channels. That makes sense. Then we're gonna get some of that northeast and it's gonna change it again. I guess I could just stick with these. So I guess I'm pretty sure I just can't troll fish to find fish, no matter what I want to do here. So years back, man, I've never caught a black drum here, but I've seen them, you know, before I really understood how to fish for them. So I'm like so tempted to really put in a lot of time here for a couple of those big black drum that roam these parts. But yeah, that's a nice fish right there. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Nice fish. It's like they want you to do just something stupid, like a really weird rhythm. What the heck do I have here? He's just running at me, crackhead. Fish. Wanted that down on the bottom for sure. that retrieve, I just realized how much I was ticking bottom. Donk, 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 donk. Donk, 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 donk. There we go. Just back it out, nice and gentle. Donk, 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 donk. Alright, we're gonna try something too. So I tried this years back and I didn't like it, and that was crushing my barbs. Like I was landing like, 1 out of 4 fish, and it's been years. So I'm gonna give it a try, right? Because I'm reaching the point of the day where this is all I wanted, right? Next few trips we'll try something different, right? Catch as many 10 to 20 pound stripers as we want here. Oh, he's got a menhaden or bunker in his gullet too. Probably could see that. Okay. Generally, stripers have good release mortality this time of year, but what I did is I just crushed down the barb on this hook. Years back, I tried this and did lose a lot of fish. And, I don't really fish for trebles for these fish for that reason. It's supposed to be more roller coaster weather, so, all right, I got in the saddle. I'm not getting any more bites, honestly. I just rolled around a bunch of different areas where I've done well in years past. I'm seeing a few fish sporadically here, nothing crazy. What I'm thinking, but I do want to try to do something a little different. Yeah, that wind's swapped more southwest. Darn it. I think we're close to home. I did get a good amount of time out here, but that did cut it a little short at the same time, having that southwest swap. Here's one. Let's see. So we crushed the barbs now. That's the latest theme. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a full day of crushed barbs. And, sometimes a little apprehensive about it too. But let me give it a shot again. It's been a few years. This is a nicer fish. It's giving me those blue cat vibes from Virginia the other day. It's staying deep on me. So the good thing about the crushed barb though is, let's say you actually hook it kind of in the gills. If it's crushed, you just kind of run it back out, and fish has got a much better chance of survival, that's for sure. Like that's the reason, if you just kind of poke it through the gills with this, I think you got a decent shot at not killing that fish. No, switch bait ain't getting a bite. Had high hopes for that. Hey, that's a better fish. Could be the warm up, getting him a little more feisty. I think it's the warm up. All right. So far, 2 for 2 on the crushed barb. All right. I mean, I'm going to count this as a fish, even if I lose him right here, because let's say I had a net and all those things. Yeah, it's a pretty nice one. I got a wind knot on my pen clash. Very pen of me. And of course it tangled it in this gripper. Nice fish, man. Such a Coogan. Oh man. See, the best part about the YouTube stuff is you see what kooks we all are. You know, we're all a mess. That short form content, you could hide anything on short form content. Long form, at some point you're gonna show you're a total goober. And you just gotta embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Gotta embrace the goober. Come on, man, I suck at this these days. Okay, cool. And that was an easy one on the crushed barb. Well, it came out nice and easy. Nice fish too. I always feel like the one when they got their spines up like that. You know, they're usually you'll see their spines depressed when they're more stressed. It seems like when the water's cold, you'll see that spine all nice and all gleaming too. All right, seems like I hit that midday lull. All right, these fish stopped eating. I mean, they're not eating great anymore. Like I'm picking a fish here and there. Oh, I missed one right there actually. Like the bites are definitely getting harder to come by. I mean, I'm still getting a few, but there's one. It's slow jig. Ooh. Sure missed coming out here and getting those big blues though, man. Doing it on these flats. Yeah, stripers are a lot of fun, but there's a lot of nostalgia with the big blues going just crazy out here. Had another fish following it. It's pretty cool. Ready to start working my way in. Some good old nostalgia fishing, man. Fishing with nostalgia. That pen slammer performed pretty good today. Pen clash, not so much. Got all day tomorrow too. More or less have all day today, but kind of want to settle in, get myself a sub, salami, gabagool, tomatoes, roasted red peppers. Yeah, looking forward to that. I didn't bring lunch on the water with me today. I actually was running a little late too, unfortunately. So, but yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, love to get myself a little bit of that. Trying to get back to the launch and keep running over fish. Guess it's a good problem. This is really quiet for you know, it's really nice out. I mean, minus all the sirens in the background and all that other stuff. Doing his best bluefish impression. All right, that's 3 for 3 on the crushed barbs, right? This fish I would count as landed. If I had a net, I would be able to get this one in too. A little bit of a old scar on that one. I think it's also all about, you know, if you can avoid slack at all costs with a crushed barb, that's really the key. If you get slack with crushed barb, it's pretty much over. So some situations, I guess you really can't do it, but you know what, I think I'm going to do it more often from here on out. A lot of it has to do with confidence too, man. You know, you land a couple really big fish with crushed barbs, you start to build that confidence, I guess, too. Better for you, better for the fish. Like I said, whenever I do fish with trebles, which isn't very often, I also do that crushed barb stuff with those too. Let's see. Let's just see how easy it is to drop it. Let's give it a little slack, see if I lose him. Nah, he's still on there. I mean, I thought, yeah, that gives you an idea, right? So I gave him a little slack, he came right off. That's got to get used to that there. Guess if you don't like touching fish, it's an easy way to do it too. Oh man, they are freaking fired up right now. Another one lost. That one I did not give slack to. This one's holding on pretty good. All right, this is how you usually lose them, right? You know, you're messing around at the boat or the kayak. Let's see, okay, so that's another, 32-inch fish or so. Let's see, I'm gonna give him some slack. Okay, not that time. Well, he's on it pretty good. Guess you get them in the hard part, you're pretty much, yeah, this one I hooked really in a zone that you're on them. So striped bass, and there he goes. All right, fellas, we're making it out into the ocean today. Lots of mileage, but I think I got out there pretty good at a good time. Target Atlantic bonito and some other stuff. We'll see what ends up biting. I've got bait. Got the iron clam, metal jigs. Cruising off the beach now. Time is going to be limited today. Looks like around 9-10 a.m. that southwest wind's supposed to kick up pretty early. Anyway, check out this sunrise. Yeah, Onslow Bay is pretty. All right, let's go hit it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 12 boats. All I know is I'm not going to be able to troll when I get there. I gotta chill out and jig for a little bit. I got 2 spots I want to jig. I'm kind of optimistic I'll find some fish. I'm gonna look on my screen too. There's a lot of bait around, so that's good. I think I stumbled on something worth jigging on here. I think that's something worth jigging on, I hope. Just gonna drop these jigs down on the bottom and retrieve them back. Just a couple minutes. Just doing a little yo-yoing here. I think we got the first target. There we go. Little boner there. Bonito. Not a bad one. I'm gonna keep a couple of these. I'm waiting for my Iceman to show up. He's got some scars on him. Probably hit the structure on the way up. But that's an Atlantic bonito. Pretty cool. Bluefish probably on that one again. Bluefish. Fucking blue. Ah. Got a lot of teeth in the boat right now. I'm allowed to keep 3 of these a day, but I'm not that crazy about them, so put one back. That feels like a bonito, essentially. Yeah, I got one here. Bones. Yeah, it was hot early, then just kind of shut down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured, dude.
But here, come bring him in the.
Yeah, come.
Okay, not too bad of a start. 2 bonito for me. Just I was yo-yoing near some structure with the jigs. John boat was put a little clinic on before I got out there. Early morning bite with those fish. I'm sure there was a couple more to be picked trolling, but it seems to have slowed down. I gave it an extra half hour after that last bonito. Aaron just got him on ice for me. I'm gonna do more bottom oriented stuff. We still might see a bonito or 2 where I'm headed, so I'm kind of gonna try to cover all the bases here where I'm headed now. So if I had more time to fish today, I would stay there longer and work those jigs. Seeing that lull in action and having to optimize my time based on the weather that's going to be coming, I didn't want to give that another hour and crossing my fingers and stuff. So we're going to move on to the next spot now. Oh, that's an interesting grunt. I think it's a white, no, that's one of the other grunts. Not too sure the type, but not big enough to keep. I went over this, so let's keep it optimistic, folks, right? Lizard fish? What is this? Oh, I saw all these marks here and I just stopped, and it's probably lizard fish. Hey, it's bonito, it is. Not very big ones, but well, I'll take it. Man, that thing was on the bottom. Atlantic bonitos. Drop and stick on them, huh? Oh, on the retrieve, buddy. Oh, it's like edible, right? What can go wrong? Makes it for another bonito. Okay, I'm working my way back towards the beach right now. 4 bonito, 2 good sized ones, 2 little dinkers. Wind's starting to pick up and it's coming off the land, so we should be okay, but let's get somewhere a little more safe. Okay, that was a little bit of a haul back. Sloppy and wet. Land-based wind, it's not too bad. We're making our way back to the rocks right now. Work the rocks a little bit. I just swapped out the drives. See, I like to carry a spare for lots of reasons, but sometimes during these trying times, coming out with lots of tricks, you know. On the last hour of the outgoing tide, so all the water's been kind of shoved off here from the rocks. There is a little bit of a heave, so gonna try to plan this one properly. Nothing on the bucktail. Back to the crab one more time, and then we're gonna zip around, try a couple different areas. So nothing on the bucktail, but I'm trying the crab quick. Something good there. Sheep's head. Redfish. All right. Looks like they're holding tight to these rocks. Probably a 19, right? 18, 19. So good sign. Took me a minute to find them. You want a puffer, man? Holy crap. You want them? I don't think they get much bigger than that. That's a puffer. He's about 12 pounds. Red. Slot redfish in the mix with our puffers. Probably lower slot, you know, 18, 19. Red drum. You want a piece of him? Those are fish that are probably from last summer, my guess. So that makes them 2 years old. What kind of porgy? Hold them up. That's a pinfish, dude. No way. Dude, that's a fucking pinfish. That is the biggest, that's a pinfish, dude.
That is, isn't it?
It's a giant pinfish. Gosh, it's a two-hander. I always look up the record. I think it's like 2 pounds, 2.5. That one's like 1 and change. That's awesome. All right, let's give this another minute. Got him. Told you. Knew there was a couple drum there. Nice fish, whatever this is. Black drum. Decent one too, actually. Nice little black drum. Let me show you. So we ended up with the Atlantic bonito, redfish, black drum combination. Yeah, I like these fish, man. They don't get the respect they really deserve. All right, we're packing it in. Wind picked up to another level. I think we landed, I had 2 black drum and 3 reds under slots, or just around slot, and 4 bonito. So not too bad. So those bonito we caught yo-yoing or jigging just straight up and down. I think I have 1 on the straight retrieve, but the others were just kind of popping off the bottom. Not off the bottom, like mid-water column. Adjacent to structure, just looking for them on the screen. They can be weird, those bonito. They don't seem to always want to be on the chase. Yeah, water is 62, so about 80 out today. So gonna enjoy myself some fresh bonito. Not a bad day of fishing by any means. A little busy out there, but that's okay. I'll have affiliate links in the video description. Bonito I caught on these real thin profiles. The only thing with these cheap jigs, or inexpensive jigs, the paint, it's just from 1 bonito, see? So it's kind of one of those things. Fisherman nasty structure, you lose them, yeah, no big deal. They're like $1 or $2 versus $10 jigs, but also your lifespan kind of sucks on them. So it seemed like they did work pretty well at the same time, so not too bad. So all right, let me get. It's been a minute. I got myself a Hobie Lynx. This is a 50-60 pound kayak, easy to get on the car, easy to get on the side of the road. As the world has gotten more advanced, I wanted to dial back a little bit, right? Just to really do more of these sorts of fishing adventures. Fishing somewhere I've never fished before, which is like my favorite thing to do. Got myself a pack of these gulp minnows. Let's see what's gonna eat them. 32-ounce jig head, bass, carp. No carp. Carp won't eat them, but maybe bowfin, bluegill, crappies. Got the cooler ready for some crappie action if that happens. I don't know if there's good crappie here. Never fished here before. I know there's good alligators here. Colder day in a while, so I gotta just change my presentations. Minnows would go a long way, right? That's the first fish. Bowfin. Yeah, we're going bowfinning. Do I have my lip grippers with me? I don't know if I packed them in my kayak. Apparently. Oh gosh, these things are messy. They're kind of cool. Bowfinning. It's a pretty nice one. Oh, it popped off. Had him hit the net and he just went. Okay, if that's what we're gonna see. Yeah, they're notorious for this, right? You ever catch bowfin? They open up hooks like nobody's business. But if we're doing bowfin. Okay, we got lip grippers handy here. Okay, those jig heads will not be sufficient. Gotta get a new layout going, man. So this kayak is like, man, it's fun to move it though. Very, very nimble on the water. So, okay, bowfin have strong mouths. These little crappie jigs will not do the trick for those guys. So what do we gotta get here? I'd say that bowfin was probably like 23, 24 inches. I got these owner hooks. These got a better, this might be better. We'll see if the leader holds up too. They're not a well-liked fish by some, but a lot of people like to fish for them because they're just enjoyable. So there's like a little bit of a low-key following. It's not big at all. It's more like, oh, let's go out there, catch something that pulls. They pull pretty good. They're mean looking. You know, but if you're a bass fisherman, you hate them. You're looking for crappies. Yeah, they're gonna be a big problem. A little bit more durability. I don't know how many bowfin live here. There could be 100, there could be 1. Bowfin typically are a bit more solitaire, but in some areas they do get into some larger numbers. But, you know, it's real windy out there on the coast. Got my new kayak to play with, so let me enjoy, see what we can do here. But that fish was on a lip, right? A drop of sorts. One more cast here, and we're gonna move on. Crappie. A largemouth, okay. All right, we're gonna rack up some points today. That male, right? Not the best at sometimes mapping out my species of bass. I know it's largemouth. I'm sorry, is it a female or a male? Not the best at that. Yeah, gotta get in there, man. Like anticipating something good. It's through the chart. It's off the rails. My anticipation. Whoa. Swamp monsters. I wish we had snakehead. Let me not say that I wish we had snakeheads where I live. Because that'd be another fun thing to do. on windy days. Bowfin are kind of cool, man. Underrated. Underrated. Kind of a, supposedly they got some dollar value out in Louisiana. That's what I heard. Subscribers and then, you know, real humans told me that too. So you got a little of each. That owner hook did a much better job. Oh, me. Whoa. In terms of eating them, I know they're edible, but I think they're a high mercury fish. So you don't want to eat them. Man, they could jump and do some tricks too. Let me see how you hold them. I forgot. I haven't caught one of these in a little while. Not since last year. There you go. Well, you get the point. He's a decent sized one. I don't know what makes a decent one. I know like 25, 26 is a true big boy of these guys. But they're native to the region. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm such a mess. Not used to this kayak. I gotta set it up how I want all my gear organized, and yeah, look what I did there. 23. Gives me an idea. They can live out of the water for a very long time. Biggest one of those is like 26. I'd say it's like 26 or 27, somewhere around there. Love to catch a 30-incher of those guys. Don't want to be putting them on a stringer. It's got a limited deck space too. Gotta get used to that. The Hobies definitely have the drive area. My old EPDL also has a limited deck space, but I'm sitting higher up on the water, so it takes me a minute. All right. Love that little profile there. Whatever it is very inactive. See some pops on the shoreline there too. We're gonna go check that out. I saw a couple blow-ups here. Not sure what they were, but need a different wind direction for what I'm trying to do here, honestly. See anything here? I always like the points, right? So here we got a point of grass. I see why a lot of guys get live scope for this stuff. It'll make it a lot easier to kind of sort through, right? There we go. Oh, no way. What is it? Oh no, that was a nice fish, whatever that was. I think that was a bass or a bowfin. Whoa. That was big. Serious logjam. Should have something on it. Oh, maybe not. It's weird when something like this doesn't have fish, right? A little bit of current here, though. No idea what that is. Beaver? Beaver? What do I have here? That's no beaver. Bass. Why is that beaver hanging around my bass like that? Chubby little bass. Oh, look at that pumpkin's bluegill. Yeah, it's a bluegill. I think it's a, oh gosh, red breast? Is that a red breast? Terrible at identifying them sometimes. Okay. Sweet. Small bass. So many gar. Bass. Bass. Surprised to see him so, you know, oh no, lost him. At those depths, man, that did surprise me a little bit. Okay. Z-Man Jigs, I hope they're going to get it done for me. There's not much life shallow today. I feel like everything, there was a big change, man. It's like the shallows are a bust. That's weird for this time of year, but things got cold and we pushed back deep. The water's already in the 60s according to my graph. I don't know how accurate it is, but bowfin. Look at those blue fins. That's really cool variation on them. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a variation, but last one didn't have blue fins like that. I wonder if those are spawning colors. Right? Gosh, what a hard fish stand. Still kind of a cool one. Whoa. Yeah, look at those colors on them. Cool. Marking some fish in this cove here in 12 feet. Suspended on the bottom. These might be all bowfin though. Looks pretty textbook crappie right here. Right? I mean, come on. Maybe not. Different time of year, I guess, for that. I mean, come on. Oh my gosh. Just sitting out here in no man's land. What's up with that? What's up with that, man? I was like thinking they'd be in their spring spots by now, but there you go. Big crappie. I'm gonna keep a few of them. I don't know how many I want to keep, but got a bag back here. Fishing everything the wrong way. Alright, let's bleed them out. Gotta get that. Link's gonna need some help getting this nice and pretty. Nice. Now we just impaled our straps on our bag. Nice work, guys. Nice work. This is gonna be a good one though. Might be able to have a pretty good size school these crappie now. That's what I'm hoping we're gonna find. I just assumed all that stuff down here was gonna be gar. And here we go. Now it's all gonna switch to gar. Guess it's crappie just pinned to the bottom. Not what I expected, man. I wonder why they're floating out here and not on their bed. You know, per se. It was like a 13-incher. Not a giant one, but a decent one. Here we go. Pumpkin seed? think that's a pumpkin seed. Terrible at identifying my panfish sometimes. Oh, you guys like crappie fishing? I do enjoy it. Crappie and perch, man. I'm a tough day to keep this one. He's probably like 9 or 10, but let's let him go today. Turtle or alligator, I have no idea. But there's a bunch of fish under my kayak right now. I'll tell you that much. Great slab. Great slabs of fire. Nice crappie. Crappie or crappie? Either way. Our let's get our Z-Man packaging back. That blew away. Let's keep another one. I want to keep like 4 or 5. Put a couple in the freezer is what I'm thinking out of this ordeal. That'll be a fun video too. Okay. That's so crazy. All I caught here earlier was a bowfin. That's it. This is that little Daiwa Regal. Right? $80 reel. Really nice reel. 132 ounce Z-Man jig head. And yeah, let's see if we get any more here. These fish were not active at all earlier. Like I said, all I caught here was one bowfin landed. I missed a couple other bowfin for sure here. So moody. That crappie. Number 4. Fourth one for the day. Very moody then. Striper. No, oh, crappie. Giant crappie, though. I thought that was a striper. Good gracious, look at the size of this crappie. Yo. Ring. Look at that crappie. Hold him closer to the camera, Elias. Alright, I'm gonna go run him. Guessing he's gonna be about 15. Yeah, just a little bit under 15. It's a good one. I'll let that one go. Let those guys do their thing. A 1-inch gulp minnow, man. Hey, they can't all be giants. This bite's going to probably get better. The weather stabilizes. I mean, it's good right now. It's definitely a trickier thing to do, though, on the kayak sometimes. A lot of small ones, too, out here. They're cold, though, like when touching them. Like my palm. They definitely feel pretty cold. Try one last thing. So I've been using white. Try that chartreuse tail. See if that helps. My last play. Then I'm gonna get out of here after that. You know what I'm saying? Microphone battery's almost dead. I still had a pretty good time. Learned a lot. Really negative mood. I got one last play. Let's hit that brush pile right there. Let's keep that guy. All right, I think we're gonna sign out on this one. You guys enjoyed a little spring slab session. Not slabs. You know, when you're all over you're in the comparison game across the country sometimes. You get excited from 12-inch crappies. And then, you know, guys are around other places in the country catching 15s and 16s and 5-pounders. So somebody's gonna have to direct me. I think I made the right choice getting a lynx to go with my EPDL, or should I have just got a boat and become another boat guy? I didn't want to buy a boat, man. This is crappie away. Peaceful and beautiful. Love some spring fishing when it doesn't suck. There are gar rolling around me, though. I wouldn't say suck is not a very friendly word when it's that tough. Yeah, they're fired up now, man. What a difference from this morning. Avoid those overcast, not the overcast, post front, man. Biting pretty good now. 132 ounce jig. I didn't use the 16th today, really. Seems like 132 was the right size for the day. You don't need much for crappie, man. They like to not set in current. Like, there's a little bit more current moving here. I'm gonna be the last dummy left kayak fishing. You know, if kayak fishing goes away, it's just gonna be me. All right, let me power off this camera. Got just a couple more minutes left of battery, and then this microphone's about to die. Let's see if we catch one more fish in the next 5 minutes, but I don't have enough 5 minutes of record time. So, appreciate everyone for watching. If you like the dialed back fishing, hit the like button. If the video's, you know, it's hard to gauge. Yeah, sometimes I'm fishing the way I want to more lately. That doesn't perform well financially, but it's not supposed to, right? Beautiful winter day out here. I'm fishing some different turf that I don't fish very often, but check out the scenery. It's a really awesome, beautiful morning. We were doing some quick trolling right now through an area that's covered in bait, and from there, trying to see what we could find today. We've got some menhaden for bait, frozen. So that's one option. And we can throw some lures around and see what we can find today. Beautiful winter day though. So this should be good, man. I'm excited. Oh. Type of fish, what type of depth? Oh man, that's not bad. All right, good start, man. That's a nice striped bass. It's gonna spit it on me here. Not gonna lie, I like being lower in the water to land fish. That's definitely a big plus of many kayaks that are definitely sitting lower, especially since I'm netless here. All right, just got a first bite here. Hey, that's a good sized striped bass. You know that? That ain't bad. Do have a board back here. Let me just take a quick little measurement before we let him go. All right, just under 27. Can't keep a striped bass here, so it's all catch and release anyway, so that's cool. I'll take that. I'm working this whiptail shad with like a jerking motion, like pop, pop, pause, pop, pop, pause. That fish hit right at the kayak. Seen a lot of life shallow. Okay, so deep I'm seeing gar, shallow stuff, striped bass, I'm guessing. Last year I picked up a big blue cat jigging, so I kind of want to at least find fish that are unresponsive if I'm just trolling around and cruising. Like if I go through fish and they won't bite my lures, then I'm thinking it could be those cats. I think these are more stripers. Seem to want to follow it for a while, though, is what I'm noticing. Yeah, that's a striper. Okay, okay. Paddle-tail action. It's a smaller fish, actually. The first one was pretty decent. This one's definitely a much smaller one, but hey. Okay. Trying to grab the jig head here. All right, well, it's a February day. We'll take that, right? Striped bass. Okay. So I honestly found life absolutely everywhere where I'm fishing right now. Shallow, deep, they're kind of everywhere. But seeing non-gar fish, I use that term loosely, up on these flats right now. We've had a lot of warmer weather, so. Gosh, my screen is just covered with gar. I can't even read through them. Yeah, that's what that is. I was wondering. Yeah, that's crazy stuff here. Tighter. Sorry, didn't mean to be that googany at this. Jerk shad. Not bad sized fish, honestly. A little lethargic, but they aren't bad. This one looks like he's got that mycobacteriosis sort of thing. See, he's got that rot right there. Still a decent sized fish, actually. I show more of a preference to the jerk shad and the paddle tail today. It's already one thing I'm noticing. All right, it's kind of overwhelming because everything seems to be kind of active today, but the 95% of everything around me is gar. I'm catching some fish consistently with this barefoot jig. I used this one in the last video, but I won't plug too many products today, don't worry. It's got these flat flare, these aren't stripers, they're gar rolling around me, but it keeps the jerk shad like settling in at like such a nice flat angle. I really like it. And these striped bass seem to be in like 8 to 10 feet. They're not up super shallow on the 5-foot flat, but they aren't in 15. They're like, all that stuff's covered in gar. So I'm glad I figured this out in like my first hour and a half of fishing, because stuff changes so much in the winter. Got him. Old ledge fish, dude. Okay. It's also on a 6-inch jerk bait. I've got a bunch of fish sitting under me still. Seem to like that slow falling stuff today, as opposed to how I typically fish for them a little more aggressively, I think. Dude, some of these gar are big, man. I don't know how to get them to bite in colder water, though. I've tried it a few times, just out of curiosity, and I could not get gar to eat. The minute you hit bottom, though, crazy. All right, decent one. Oh, is that a striper? No, that's got to be something different. That's what I love about that winter fishing. Oh, it's the blue cat. Maybe that's a channel cat. Yeah, it's a big channel. So we got Menhaden with us, and I think Zach's chunking it right now. And I was like, man, I caught a catfish jigging here last year. I know there's some big blue cats, etc., etc. And I was like, well, let me try to jig up one, and then, maybe we'll switch to some bait to try to get a big blue cat. So, it's actually a really nice channel catfish. This is fun, man. I know the winter fishing isn't very impressive in the algorithm to pay my bills, but honestly, I enjoy this more than a lot of the other types of fishing I do. It seems boring, but to me, it's just peaceful and a lot of fun. Just doing this, kind of random stuff and in the peaceful backwater. I don't know. Like, I could do this sort of fishing all the time and be super happy. Got to do fishing you like to do, right? So, all right. All right, it's a nice channel cat. Honestly, I enjoy eating catfish, and if this was an area that didn't have some advisories, I would keep them. But there's definitely a lot of advisories kind of around the area I'm fishing. So I eat a lot of fish as it is, but you know, if I didn't eat much fish in general, this channel cat would be coming home. But that's not a bad one to get on the jig. That was fun. Felt different, I knew it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I do generally like to fish darker colors in murkier water, but I've got a soft spot for white and striped bass. Also gonna bounce bottom here for a minute while I'm drifting that chunk on the left side. We'll see what happens. We got there 16 feet. Drum, little one. Mix with the stripers. I had a lot of lookers on my menhaden chunk, but no one ate it. Fish there then. Okay. This is a 4.5 inch live shad. It's a 1 ounce Berkeley Fusion jig head. It's got the 5.0 hook on it. And this is a little pen clash too. It's good for this light tackle stuff. I wouldn't really consider this a heavy duty setup with Penn Battalions. Fun light, just light tackle stuff. Works well for trolling. This little pen reel does cast pretty well for a small reel too. All right, so this wind is not making this easy though anymore. Kind of a bummer. Man, this wind really kicked up out of nowhere. Yeah, and that's winter in a nutshell for you, man. Sometimes that wind just kicks up. Wasn't really in the forecast for today. We've seen gar everywhere. That part. All right, let me march my way into that wind over there, man. Hopefully that won't be that bad, but we'll see. This might not be very fishable. I'm not catching anything anymore here as soon as this wind kind of came up. Kind of a bummer. Just gonna take a quick look around this corner.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I could see it's not windy there. Those high trees will help. What's that? Yeah, oh, it's all gar though, you'll see. Oh, I got a fish on. Dang. Big fish. Big fish. I literally threw my paddle tail and started. I went like 2 feet. just to get out of this wind. That's how this goes, right? It's a really big fish. I think I got your monster cat here. I'm kind of get around this corner to enjoy the big flathead. Yeah, man, he must have been just sitting there waiting. Damn, that's crazy. We have to fish shallow, I think, for the cats. Yeah, you would think they'd be in that 25, 30 foot stuff, but I guess not. Guys, check that out. Damn, Zach got a speckled trout. I've got myself a flathead catfish today. We've seen red drum. Seen it all today.
I caught that trout like right over there.
I know, you caught the trout right there. I really want to put a little more time in on these flatheads. That hook looks like it's going to pop out on me though. Not with this wimpy net. All right, Mr. Flathead, let's see if I can grab you here. I don't want to put too much pressure on you. Got him. Ho, ho, ho. That's a good one, man. Gosh, I can't believe that fish was in like 4 feet this time of year like that. I didn't snag him, none of that nonsense. He ate the shad on the troll. But that's a first for me in the colder months. This flathead hit on the troll in about 5 feet of water. I'm literally going around a corner to just get out of this wind. And that's a nice one, man. On a day like today, 52-degree water, I guess that's why you troll sometimes, man. It's not the way I like to fish, but it made my day. So let me get this guy. Well, yeah, it's such an interesting day. Red drum, speckled trout caught today. Man, I thought I was snagged up. I was just trolling around like a kook. I thought I might have just threw my shad into a snag. Yeah, he's probably about 37 and a half, 38, somewhere around there. So, great catch for February, man. Oh, cool. Thank you, thank you. All right, see you later, pal. Okay, this is the original point where we're heading to. And, yeah, man. Another catfish. Think so. Could be, I don't know. All right, I found some fish out here. It took me a minute. Such a wild day. No, this one's not a catfish. I think this one's striped bass. Decent one too. Not a bad one. Also on that 1 ounce jig head. Just learning some terrain. That's cool. All right, I'm gonna troll back in now. I got fish kind of scattered still. It looks mostly like gar. So we'll do this again. All right, maybe next week. Having that water creep over that 50-degree mark always seems to help a bunch. What you can catch. Below 50 around here starts to get hard. I find that 50 to 54 degrees range to be really good fishing sometimes. And I think today was one of those. So, all right, I'm probably just gonna slow troll back in. If I stop by any fish, I'll fish them. Check the video's description, links everything used today. Mostly stuck with the jerk shads early, and then the paddle tail seemed to get more bites later. But the bite now is kind of scattered. Like I can't pick more than 1 or 2 fish anymore in an area. Well, this morning I had a couple shots at fish. That was pretty cool though. That flathead definitely took me by surprise. That does not happen very often. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll catch up with you guys on the next video. That was kind of cool, a lot of fun, a lot of surprises today. So I had a good time. All right guys, out here on the ocean, doing a little jigging off the beach. I got my buddy Eric.
What's up, guys?
All right, I think I had a mackerel hit or something like that. So,
I want to see a big old great white.
here we go. Oh, I dropped him. It was definitely a mackerel. That's something different.
Open.
Yeah, this one's a jack. First couple were definitely not. And I missed something with teeth on the first drop. This feels like a jack, but we'll find out right now. Jack.
Yep. Almaco.
That might have been your blacktail.
Nah, he's quite
Bigger.
as long as that. It was a long and skinny fish. Oh, you got big ones underneath him.
Big ones with following them?
Yeah.
Water's not that clear out here, actually.
Yeah. You want me to net him?
No, I'll try to. I got all the hooks in them. I'm good. It's an Almaco jacking. You know what? It's a decent sized one. He might have a little bit of a fillet on him. Hopefully he doesn't have worms. It's like 70-30. So let's just get a fish in the cooler right now.
Off the bottom for him?
No, fast retrieve, but I had to get down the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Almaco jacks out here and greater amberjacks. I think the Almacos in general do taste better, but sometimes they all have a lot of worms in them, so I'm like, eh. You know, it's ringtail porgy, spot-tail pinfish, depending on your region. All right, we learned on the bottom with the metal jig, it's probably going to be those porgies, those pinfish. So I'm going to try to work mid-water column mostly. So what I'm going to do is probably just send the jig down to the bottom for the most part. As soon as it hits bottom, just start a quick retrieve. I had a bunch of bites doing that, and I think the first one was definitely a mackerel because it cut up my shad, and whatever I got on the metal jig seems like it's might be all jack, so I don't know. Oh no. Oh no.
What you got there?
I got them. I don't even know, man.
Megan?
Who knows? Or it feels like it's the big AJ. Let's walk him around. Hey, you picked up speed there. Maybe it's an albie.
About that rod, man. You always get a good fish on it.
It's the action, man. Always about the action of these rods sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you can find this on the Jigging World website.
You can definitely find it on the Jigging World website. These hooks are so I gotta take it kinda easy. This could be an albie though. King. Huh? King mackerel.
That's right.
Let's get you gotta, let's net him. These hooks are kind of weak. That's cool. I had a feeling there was a couple of those guys around. Uh-oh. I think you got him. All right, let's thank Eric for the net job. But we got ourselves probably like a 28, 29 inch king mackerel just now. Hit on the retrieve too. That hook was barely in there, just popped right out. Yeah, it's king mackerel. Shadow of a doubt. You got a king too?
It broke me off.
Yeah, it was probably a king.
I just put 40 pounds on this. What leader are you fishing?
40. All right, that's the jig I'm using. This is an old Cabela's jigging spoon. They're an ounce, and typically you can find them for $3.50. If you want smaller jigs, I got plenty here. Grab in this box. There's a bunch that might fit the bill. Those Yozuri Vibes are really good for the king mackerel too. You need to work that on heavier rod though. Oh man, hit on the drop. There we go. And a Cabela's jig, man. Old discount Cabela's jig. Yeah, I think I'm good for now. If I lose another king, I won't be too devastated by it.
What color you got on?
Glow.
Still that color.
I haven't lost this jig yet. I'm surprised.
Okay. Those big jigs in there, those work really well for kings. Those bigger ones, the 3 ouncers. This?
Yeah, drop it and burn it on that heavy ugly stick. I've done really well with on kings with those.
Nice one.
A little bit bigger.
You want me to help you?
Yeah, I think I got it. If I lose them, I lose them. Nice gaff. I never tried one of these before. New design. Oh, my man. When I failed in the Florida Keys.
That's how you do it, man.
Oh, man. Thanks, Eric. I wish I could have been that gangster back then. Whew. That is a larger one, huh?
Yeah. Good fish, man. Good fish.
These guys do have sharp teeth. If you lose it, don't worry. I've got a million of those.
I haven't been able to fish yet because I keep fucking with jigs. It's frustrating. Oh. Rest in peace. All right, well, pop the hook off in his mouth. It's gonna be the last king mackerel we keep. Really don't need more than this, so. Careful, Griff, he's got teeth. All right, take a couple of these things out. Yeah, that's right, Griff. Ice cube is yummy, right? Try it again.
I made it.
Okay.
They're really picky.
Yeah, I've played this game before, and certain profile. You have a spare treble hook, you can grab this lure. I broke it off in there.
I have some small ones like that. I'll switch to those now.
If you want to jig king mackerel, try something different. 1 ounce jigs are typically, you know, it depends on the water depth. When you're below 60, 70 feet, go with those smaller profiles seem to always get more bites. For me, it's definitely not aggressive king fishing. This is more casual, like let's catch a fish on a lure. And you can get on any structure in there. They typically exhibit the same behavior as a lot of other fish do. And let's give Eric this jig. All right, Eric picked up I'm guessing what's a sizable king mackerel. I think he got hooked in the chin. That's why he's like perfect spot. I think it's a bobo.
I'm not sure it's a king.
Yeah, it's an albie. Yeah, it looks like it. Was that an AJ? Albert.
Oh, thought I had a king.
Cool fish though. That's
Yeah.
false albacore, guys. Definitely better fish to eat than them, but does make good cut bait. You need to save them for cut bait. That's about
We'll
it.
do that for sure.
What's that?
We'll do that for sure.
Yeah. Important fish, man. Saves many days. Man, we've got about 15 jigs on the table behind us. Probably only that glow spoon was the consistent biter. Definitely had a lot of bites on that one before even landing any king. So I'm like, now all this other stuff we're kind of toying through is like, meh. Oh, right at the boat. Oh, another one. They're swarming it. They're swarming it. Take one.
We just slow pitching on that?
Yep.
Switch me. Go behind you.
I literally looked on the screen, just kind of approximated the 2 pops, and he was on. Watched enough videos from dry tortugas, and we had some marks on the screen. I dropped the jig. They weren't eating on the retrieve like earlier, and then I just kind of gave it like 2 little wiggles in their face with a little bit of slack. He smoked it. That's kind of cool. We'll see. This could be an albacore though. We don't know yet. Let's try keeping in the water. Only it's a single hook in there.
Okay, I get it.
Oh, those are my pliers. I was looking for those things. He's got him. He's got him. My hero.
There he is.
It's a, I think this is a 40-gram knife style jig. Nice to see everything held up. Are they still there? Yeah, they're still here. One more time to the bottom of them. Oh, he's got him! He's got him! You have to tease him in a little bit. Eric's first king mackerel on the jig. Ooh, he's gonna flip him. If you lose him, you lose him, I guess.
Yep, that'll work. All right.
Nice job, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
First king
First
mackerel.
one.
All right, there you go.
Put him on the sun, right?
Yep. Oh, he's a mess.
We'll get him back. There he goes.
There you go. This is how we do it.
What's up now?
I said this is the old dead stick king mackerel right here, sir.
Oh, you got one? You're right though, man. It's that small profile. Oh, it's your boy. You need your pliers back? Do you have them?
No, I don't have them, but I'm gonna They're right by your on the console there. That was too good to be true. All right, this is what you catch dead sticking. Old sharp-nosed shark.
Got him underneath him.
Right. Get the pliers.
Back here.
Just hold him by the tail. Lay him here, I guess. Yeah. Ooh, good run. Guess not for him. That hook is deep in there, man. Keep you're holding him? Yep. Ah, it's in those gills.
Is it?
Yeah, we'll keep him. He's not gonna make it. You got a neighbor who likes kings.
Yeah, well,
might as well. It's your first one. Second one, rather.
This is my nicest one for sure.
Yeah, might as well keep him. He's not gonna make it.
Cool.
All right, I'm kicking it old school now, man. I've had these for about a decade with me. For over 10 years for sure. It's the HG2 diamond jig. I don't know if they still make those, that particular style, but it had such a nice gold-plated finish on it. Well, hopefully it won't feed it. It's got a single hook on it. It's one of the few things I still had with a single hook, so.
It's hard.
Huh?
It's hard bottom.
Well, Grunty Poo's got to be here for us. Yes, sir.
That was quick. Good job.
I don't think that's a shark. My guess. Well, that kind of sucked for me. Went to swing that shark in, and as I went to grab him, he twisted himself all the way to the rod tip as I was trying to unhook him. Basically, just kind of twisted along the jig, up through the leader, got to the tip, and pop! Immediately. I guess we're done with this rod for the day. My birthday balloon. Turned 36 today. You might think I'm 46 based on the way I look and move, but I turned 36 years old. I got myself an ocean balloon. Sorry for this.
Cool. Is it really your birthday?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man. Why didn't you tell me?
We're on some natural bottom here. Can you do a little jigging quickly? Last spot gave us sharks, so that's no good. So he doesn't need to say, oh no. No, get him out.
Shark chasing him. The red ledge. I see you got one up there too.
Season's closed. All right, we caught some Atlantic bonito on this guy last week, myself and Eric. Closer to the beach now, just kind of goofing around. Trying to just get a couple of grunts, maybe see those bonito like last week, but sharks and red snappers so far, so I think the ocean changed a little bit. All right, well, we're on the beach now. Lots of bluefish are around, and beautiful day out here though, so we're gonna wrap this up. That was kind of cool to get those kings jigging like that. It's been a while since I got to do that. So definitely a different experience of king mackerel fishing that I'm used to. Check out Eric's channel, and also if you're in need of real estate, he sold me my house, works very hard. So excellent realtor here in the southeastern North Carolina. Check the video's description, links everything used. I'd like to thank today's video sponsor, that's Waterland Coast Sunglasses. Make a great pair of polarized lenses for long days on the water, looking at the water all day. Their glass lenses are top notch, so there's a discount code in the video's description for a pair. And yeah, big thanks to Eric for bringing me out there and goofing around and being a total kook with me. The little Guggen tag team action of no idea what we're doing, but hey, got a few, and you know, it's not like I know off the bat everything's covered in red snapper or something like that. So when you make those kind of mistakes, you just keep moving and know that that's no good. So and yeah, we learned a lot though. I think that's definitely something that's important. We learned a lot today. One of the biggest things too, on top of everything, was seeing the king mackerel, how particular they were to, I guess, profile size, because we went through a lot of stuff, honestly, and didn't get many bites on. I missed a lot on a really big swim shad. I probably missed 4 kings, but the hook's way too big and the profile is way too big. And then in terms of metal lures, it was maybe just one or two that were getting bites, honestly. I had an old glow spoon that I liked a lot. That thing was getting crushed every time it went down into the water column. And then all the really big, more offshore style jigs that are, you know, 3-4 ounces, something like that. Those things wouldn't get touched. It had to be like 1 ounce stuff, which is, you know, you would think, you know, in that 80-foot stuff, you can get away with some heavier jigs. They were pretty particular. So just a little lesson, because probably if I didn't start off with that El Cheapo spoon, good chance we might not even bumped into or landed any kings. We might have just been scratching our head what all that was. So I don't know. That's my take at it all. So who knows? All right. Well, let me get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. All right. So today, today's a little bit of a weird one. Got no working fish finder, and I'm out here checking out some stuff I haven't fished in a long time. About 2 miles out. So we are going to wing it. Oh, winging it's deadly. I'm just gonna fish off my GPS, man. We're almost there. So see what I can do. I don't know. We'll try. Oh, okay. Not sure what this is. Don't feel too small. Not bad. Well, we're on the board. Looking decent. On the board, the blind toe tug. And that's a male. Not a big one, really. 18, 19. But another one of these yellowish golden togs. Got a cool coloration around here, man. Take it, man. I got fishing totally blind. So, yep. All right. Well, it's something, right? Getting the togs on, but we hope for this miracle toe tug event. Whew. Oh man, that wind is brisk, man. First tog. Hopefully one of many. Oh man. Get up here. Get up here. Oh man. Oh boy. Might be a real big tog, man. Red. Red. Not quite the tog. I believe that's an overslot. We don't want that. I'm good on the redfish meat. I could put him back, but he's probably about 26, 27 at upper slot range. Truly one of the most beautiful fish out there, man. These guys really pull. Oh, the good thing about a cold northwest breeze, it's not gonna fill the seas, at least. It's funny how the reds and the tog came out of the exact same area. It's like the dominant species kind of hang together, and then maybe the secondary species might hang somewhere else. Keep dropping on number 3 here. That's all I'm doing. The lucky number 3 mark. Shitty there. Maybe a ringtail. Yeah. All right. That's a ringtail. Kind of like a pinfish, scup. They're all very close. They got sharp teeth, so they can chisel away at your hard baits very effectively. Get up here. I think it might be a black drum, I guess. Some sort of drumish. That's a pretty nice red, man. Hey. Cool. Got some redfish. Cold. Man, look at that fish. Look at all those worms, all that stuff on them. Man, they are beasts. Alright. Thank him for the tug. Yeah, 2 reds, 1 tog. Not too bad. This is like my version of ice fishing, basically. Okay. I think that's a toad. Another red, man. Oh, looks like I gotta keep this one. I blew out his stomach. You just make sure he's a legal size one. I think he is. But I think we gotta keep him. Which is alright. He's a better eating size than the last 2. We could keep him. 19.5. It's a good size drum to eat anyway. So we got a red. And then we got some tog action. Makes you really wonder how necessary all those fancy electronics are at times. We've done okay here. Honestly, I think I might have done better here today than I've ever done before. But, you know, this is all anecdotal evidence right now, though. Oh boy. Wow, he woke up. That's gonna be red. Maybe it's a tog. I don't know. Don't know. Could be tog, though. Tog. Ooh, yeah, buddy. Tog. Man, he's just wide. He's not that long. He's got a pretty girthy base to him. Not a bad male. 4 or 5 pounds. Got some pretty good shoulders on him. All right. Doesn't have too much length to him, but serious shoulders. Pretty good fishing overall, man. Especially with no working depth finder. Gonna get out of here pretty soon, but figure get some fun underwater footage before calling it. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Not bad at all, man. Wind flopped out, but I gotta get going today. So maybe I'll come back out tomorrow. I gotta see if I can fix this thing. So what do I bring out on a trip like this? So it's a pretty cool question. So here's what we got. So that's a dozen crabs back there. It's fully, really bare bones. Safety stuff since I'm 2 miles off the beach. I've got a bilge pump. I've got a first aid kit. Got a box of jig heads, my marine radio, flag, I got noise making. I got some soft plastics. I'm sure I would have tried to jig a little more aggressively. Box of jig heads. That comes out with me. Typically it always does. Variety of different heads from 1/4 ounce, 1.5 ounces, right? That's the rig with gulp, plastics, all that stuff. Here's the business box for this time of year. I wouldn't leave home without this sort of stuff with me right now. This is the type of fishing that's just that productive. Got some small jigs here, 1/2 ounces. I think those are either laser minnows or Cabela's real image jigging spoons. If those jolt head porgies are around. And just in here is a box of bottom sweepers for tog, redfish, sheep's head. And in here I just got a couple 3/4 ounces, some 1 ounces, and some 1/2 ounces. And for various different depths and bait sizes. So this is the important box right here. At least for the winter months. Well, the fishery's going to change soon, real soon. I think we'll be on bluefish and stripers within a month. So this is probably, this type of fishing's winding down till probably summer on that sort of structure with that sort of methods. You know, so reds and tog are the winter, kind of the winter guys you can do this with here. It's just its consistency too, man. Backwater's not too consistent right now. The brackish striper stuff's, you know, catching fish same size as these tog. They don't fight as hard right now, at least. But we'll start as soon as we get towards 60. Those bluefish should show up. So I'm headed back towards the beach. So that's not too bad. It's a tale of two types of fishing, right? The psychological game to catching fish. But that being said, I took notes of where I caught all those fish. That's for sure. And when we come back with working electronics, we'll give it another go. So I hope you enjoyed. I had a good time. Smiles all around. It's warming up now, getting into the 50s. Good time.
Rocking the autopilot today. Fishing's been kind of weird. It's like that early spring stuff. I'm still catching a few fish, but so we've had an unusually, you know, fast warm up, and it seems like the water's a lot warmer already. All right, let's see if there's anything here. Maybe. Current's whipping pretty hard, but never know. I see some life on the bank. Got him. It's the fish. 15 feet. Striper. Okay. Oh, at least we got a couple bites here then. Okay. Nothing spectacular there, but all right, at least it tells me I got life kind of deep. See ya, pal. Inhaled that barefoot jig. I'll have to do that drift again then. Gonna work through this 15-foot zone then. Threw some corks and some stuff shallow early, but nothing doing. Yeah, I'm marking fish here actually. Another striper on the pink whiptail. Nothing to write home about, but we're catching a few. Okay, I guess my theory of going shallow might not work out. Threw the cork for a while. I spent most of my time fishing shallow so far this morning, but it seems like what I like to do best might be the way for me. This is a barefoot jig. Buddy Tim makes these. They really are awesome for jerk baits, split tail shads. They just give so much action to these sorts of lures. Unbelievable. Nice fish. Ooh. Not bad. Striped bass. Oh, we lost him. That's okay. Can't keep him anyway, so that's just fine if we lose him. I'm doing this right. I've never fished this before, so I guess I did it right. Spot lock. I hope I'm doing this right. Striper. All right, nothing impressive yet, I know. All cookie cutters, little schooly bass. Trying to learn it all here. Okay. Fish was a little deeper. Oh, this lure is a 4.5-inch Elias shad. That's a 1/2-ounce jig head. These are my new ones. They've got double wire bait keepers on them. These striped bass, for the most part, are stocked fish. I mean, there's a handful of wild ones, but they get stocked in an attempt to restore the spawning population here. And they'll hang out with the red drum and the speckled trout. You never know, you could always find a pretty decent size one, you know, 32, 33 incher. Most of them are going to be 20 to 22 inches. No reds in the mix. It's funny, I came out here, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. It was straight red drum bite. Now it's schooly stripers. This might be a better one. Don't fish this parts that often to really be super dialed in on any of this. A couple a little bit better fish. But most of these do seem to be 20, 21 inch. Could be kind of nice to see a 30 incher here. Most of them do seem to be this size though. It seems like there is a lot of them though. All right. So, lost one jig. That was on white and pink. Let's try the purple chartreuse color, see how that does. If we improve size, anything. Okay. These fish should be pretty aggressive on structure like this for the most part though. But oh my gosh, I didn't even hit the bottom. Guess a few fish here by the danger sign. Guess they like purple. Easy there, pal. Okay, it's the first one on the purple. Cool. All right, found a lot of smaller stripers. Let's try to look around. Maybe we can find some bigger ones, or we can find some reds. Just something that pulls a little harder than those 20, 22 inch stripers. But a ton of them. The minute I hit bottom in 15 feet, it was like boop, boop, boop. And I'm trolling now, kind of on the ledges, so we'll see if we find anything doing that. Might have marked a couple fish here. I think I am marking some. Yeah, I'm definitely marking fish, guys. Let's stop on this. Oh, I don't really want to troll them up, honestly. That's not quite how I want to do this. Right on the edge of the current, so I don't know, it could be gar. A lot of these spots do have quite a few gar in them. Just not gar. Stripers. Oh my gosh, there's a bunch of stripers under me here. I don't know what they're all doing here. It's not really much current. Kind of a weird spot to see them, but yeah, you see that? I'm sure you can. A bunch of them. I don't like trying to get them to bite without current though. It can be really hard. Ooh, nice big rise here. Let me try jigging this. This looks pretty good actually. Didn't mark much, but I did like how that looked. I might have marked a couple fish down there as I came around that corner. It's hard to tell. It's definitely a big rise and a nice mud flat. Came out for a second here. Okay. Gotta be careful though. We're gonna hang up if we screw this approach up here. Broke them off with a kook. All right, found some fish on the outgoing. Incoming is being pretty difficult so far, honestly. I don't know if these fish move. That's quite possible. I've been trolling just to see. Not much love on the troll either, so
feel like I'm missing a bunch of them. All right, I'm finding a lot of small striped bass. I know it's kind of repetitive, so I'm gonna try to find some drum or something else. Zach's fishing live bait. He hasn't gotten like a catfish or any of that, you know, those sorts of fish. I try to find some drum or striped bass in a different area here, because these all seem to be the same size. So I'll check out a couple creeks then, see what's in the creeks. Plenty of stripers here, but like I said, they seem to all be kind of that smaller size. So no bites on the troll. Good idea here is to throw the shrimp on the grass, honestly. It's one thing. Rig this up kind of like a with a worm weight, so it gets down a little bit easier here. So we got a lot of fish that are kind of in that 5 to 8 foot zone, but I want to get down a little bit easier. Oh yeah, on the shrimp, baby. Not big, but on this little light rod, it feels great. Oh, it is a red drum, not a big one. Oh yeah, that's the way to do it. I gotta put my sweater back on. Jump the gun. Striper. Where's that slot? Smaller red again. There's a lot of smaller reds. Okay. Getting a fish that could pull a little bit harder. Sorry guys. Ooh, that's a nicer one. Oh man. That barefoot jig is where it's at, man. That makes these plastics next level, man. Real nice net I got there. Yeah, man. These jigs, I don't want to, you know, talk up product like I can't put my money where my mouth is, but if you like fishing straight tail plastics like this, these are mine, right? These are Elias Be Fishing ones, or Zoom Flukes, any of those sorts of baits, man. These jig heads are a must. I really firmly believe that with that flat flared head. Makes these fish go crazy for these profiles. What a great red drum in that regard. All right, so let's just dip our dipstick there. It's not really the word I wanted to use, but ooh, there's a fish. I've been finding too many fish in here. Fish are really scattered about, probably hunting. It's a nice one right there. Golden. Yeah, I know. We gotta retire this net once and for all here. I know.
Really scattered bite for the most part. The stripers seem to have been in a little bit bigger schools, but the reds are, I guess they're starting to hunt. These schools of fish seem to be 2 or 3 right now. The part you're not seeing is the 2 trips I had that I tried to follow a winter pattern, and you know, I might have caught 1 fish, and then I stayed way too long in the area because I was, you know, a week or 2 tops, and hopefully back in the ocean dropping mud crabs and all that stuff. So I'm gonna wrap this one up. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you in the next video.